In the dead of night, 1943, a young John F. Kennedy swam through shark-infested waters, his teeth gripping a strap to tow a wounded sailor to safety. His PT-109 lay shattered, yet his resolve burned brighter than the stars above. Today, his name crowns a 100-ton titan, the USS John F. Kennedy, a supercarrier poised to dominate the seas. But as hypersonic missiles and stealth drones loom, can this steel giant defy the future? Or will it fade into history's tide? This is her story, a saga of courage, innovation, and America's unbreakable will. John F. Kennedy wasn't born a naval legend. The sea carved him into one. In 1941, defying a frail body and a privileged upbringing, he joined the Navy, commanding PT-109 in the Pacific's crucible. On August 2, 1943, a Japanese destroyer rammed his boat, splitting it in two. For 4 days, Kennedy led 11 survivors through starvation and despair, diving into coral-laced depths to signal rescue, his back screaming with pain. "He was our everything," a crewman whispered years later, eyes misty. That coconut husk he carved became a talisman, now displayed in his presidential library, a symbol of grit that propelled him to the White House. In 1962, Kennedy's voice thundered, "We choose to go to the moon, not because it is easy, but because it is hard." Those words weren't just about space. They were a clarion call for technological supremacy, a shield for national security. Today, CVN-79, the second Gerald R. Ford-class supercarrier, embodies that vision. The first USS John F. Kennedy, a 1968 Kitty Hawk-class warrior, sailed through Vietnam's fire and Cold War tensions, logging 80,000 sorties over 39 years. Decommissioned in 2007, her hull in Philadelphia bears scars of valor, murals of Gulf raids and Mediterranean patrols. CVN-79, her nuclear-powered heir, rises as a phoenix. On December 7, 2019, Pearl Harbor's 78th anniversary, Caroline Kennedy christened her, tears mingling with champagne. "Dad's spirit lives in her," she said, voice breaking, uniting past and future. The crew feels it too. Sailors of pre-commissioning Unit Kennedy, some as young as 19, speak of a JFK spark, a radar tech, wiping sweat from a 2025 trial. Told Navy Times, "It's like he's watching, daring us to be great." Delays pushing commissioning to March 2027 due to advanced arresting gear and weapons elevator. Glitches sting like salt in a wound. Yet, they forge unity. "She's our heart," a welder at Newport News said, his hands scarred from 14 years of toil. This isn't just a ship. It's a covenant with history. Aircraft carriers didn't evolve. They erupted. In 1918, HMS Argus launched biplanes from a converted liner, a clumsy spark. Japan's Horseshoe in 1920 to fan the flame. But America's carriers, Yorktown, Hornet, Enterprise, set the Pacific ablaze at Midway in 1942. Dive bombers plunged, sinking for Japanese carriers in hours, rewriting naval warfare. "The carrier is our sword," Admiral Chester Nimitz said, his words echoing through time. The Nimitz class, born 1975, wielded that sword through the Cold War. Desert Storm in Afghanistan, nuclear-powered, displacing 100,000 tons, each housed 5,000 sailors and 90 aircraft, projecting power from Korea to Kosovo. When earthquakes ravaged Haiti in 2010 or tensions flared in the South China Sea, the world's question was singular: where's the nearest U.S. carrier? They are floating embassies, disaster responders, and deterrents, but the seas grow restless. China's Type 03 carriers, launched 2022, rival Nimitz-class size. Russia's Zircon missiles scream at Mach 9. Houthi drones, Iranian-backed, swarm the Red Sea. Orbital satellites strip carriers' anonymity. The Gerald R. Ford class, led by CVN-78, answers with audacity. CVN-79 had 1,106 feet longer than for Boeing 747's nose to tail end to 156 feet wide. Dwarfs landmarks like the Eiffel Tower's 984-foot shadow. Her 150-foot height rivals Big Ben, costing $11.3 billion. She's a fiscal triumph. Refined over 14 years since 2009, she's our masterpiece, a Huntington Ingalls engineer said in 2025. Voice thick with pride, worth every sleepless night. CVN-79's heart is her twin Bechtel A-1B nuclear reactors, pumping 700 megawatts, 30% more than Nimitz's 550. This power fuels a revolution, the electromagnetic aircraft launch system. Unlike steam catapults, EMALS uses linear motors, slashing weight, maintenance, and stress on airframes. Sorties surged 25%, from 140 to 160 daily, peaking at 170 to 33% above limits. In 2025 tests, an F-35C roared off a mock deck. A pilot grinning, "It's like riding lightning." EML supports drones. From lightweight Scouts to MQ to 5 Stingrays. Refueling midair, the advanced arresting gear is its partner. A turbo-electric system catching drones gently where hydraulics failed. 11 electromagnetic weapons elevators, zipping 24,000 pounds at 150 feet per minute. Deliver ordnance without hangar snarls. It's a dance of death, a deck chief said, watching missiles rise in 2025 trials. Rearming, once hours, now takes minutes. Fueling 160 sustained sorties daily, vital for protracted wars. The seas are no safe haven. China's DF-1D, a Mach 10 carrier killer, threatens 1,000 to 100 miles away. Russia's Kinzhal missiles, Iran's drone swarms, and North Korea's ballistic volleys challenge dominance. In a 2025 war game, 200 Chinese drones overwhelmed the carrier group, leaving admirals shaken. "It's humbling," a captain admitted, voice low. Orbital surveillance tracks wakes in real time, feeding kill chains. Houthi attacks in 2024's Red Sea proved even low-tech foes can sting. CVN-79 counters with agility. Helios lasers zap drones. Future 1-megawatt systems target hypersonics. Collaborative combat aircraft from Boeing and General Atomics act as loyal wingmen, extending reach. Distributed lethality in manned escorts like drone tender scatters risk. Wear a pack, not a lone wolf, a strategist said in 2025, fist-pounding. In long wars, CVN-79's nuclear heart sustains 160 sorties daily for months, unmatched by land bases. Against China, she's a mobile bastion in the Indo-Pacific, free from vulnerable runways. "She's our rock," a Pacific Fleet officer growled, eyes fierce. Emotionally, the stakes are raw. Sailors train relentlessly, haunted by simulations where a single missile could claim 5,000 lives. "I see my kids in my dreams," a radar operator wrote in a 2025 letter, "but Kennedy's my duty." Families ashore cling to video calls, hearts aching. "He's on JFK's ship," a mother told her son, pointing to a model. "He's keeping us safe." The Navy's F-Y-5-05 for plan is bold, 381 manships, including 12 carriers. Annual costs hit $40.1 billion, totaling $340 billion by 2054, a $1 trillion bet on supremacy. CVN-80 Enterprise arrives 2029, Doris Miller 2032, Clinton 2035, and Bush beyond. Unmanned vessels, drone carriers, sub-hunters multiply reach. By 2050, quantum sensors detect stealth, AI orchestrates swarms, and hypersonic defenses are standard. "We'll fight smarter," Admiral Lisa Franchetti vowed in 2025, her voice a beacon. CVN-79 is for 1,500 stories. Sailors, farmer sons, urban dreamers forge a family. A pilot, fresh from Pensacola, described his 2025 catapult shot. "It's rebirth, heart slamming. World a streak, training is brutal fire drills, reactor checks, but bonds are steel." A cook, stirring vats for 5,000, said, "Every plate's a hug from home." Veterans of CV-67 visit her rusted husk, fingers tracing faded insignias. "She carried us through fire," one wept. Caroline Kennedy's christening was a national embrace, her smile linking 1968 to 2019. Families bear the weight. Deployments stretch months, letters stained with longing. "I tell my daughter her mom's on Kennedy's ship," a father wrote in a 2025 blog. "She thinks it's a magic castle." Sailors' kids clutch model carriers, dreaming of heroes. As CVN-79 awaits her 2027 dawn, delays test resolve, but sharpen purpose. In a world of hypersonics and drones, she remains vital, a floating fortress deterring tyrants, aiding allies. By 2050, with unmanned legions, she'll sail as Kennedy did, bold, unbroken, eternal. "We choose to go," he said, "because it is hard." CVN-79 is that hardness, a heart-stirring, soul-forging titan. Want to follow her journey? Subscribe to our channel for exclusive updates from sea trials to her first deployment. Join us and let's sail into history together.